Hey everyone, Shaniqua here, and I'm currently editing the videos, getting ready to upload all 5 of them for Spiritual Sunday, and all 5 of them have really bad audio. I was unable to sync the audio from my external mic with the audio from the on-camera microphone, and it's just really noisy and bad quality. But I didn't want to skip uploading altogether because I made these videos for you guys so you have some spiritual guidance for the week, and I'm going to push through and fulfill that purpose. So I hope you can look past the bad audio. I know how to fix it for next time, and I hope you enjoy the messages. Hey there, awesome water signs. This is Shaniqua from What Shaniqua's Into, and I am about to do a collective tarot reading specifically for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I do apologize if there's any miscellaneous sounds in my audio. I'm a mom to a 5-year-old, and she let me record 3 videos today all by myself, but now she kind of wants some mommy time, and she just ran to grab her iPad, and she's going to come in here to hang out. She does have some headphones, but you may hear her coming into my room and moving about. So if that is the case, I do apologize in advance. But I have already recorded a general tarot reading for the collective for this week of August 9th. And I've also recorded more specific readings for air signs and fire signs. Now we're obviously on to the water signs. So if you watched the general tarot collective reading and maybe some bits of it resonated and some didn't, or you just kind of wanted something a little bit more specific to you, that is what these elemental zodiac group readings are for. So like I said, this reading is specifically for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I have already shuffled and cut and pulled the cards, but I have not flipped them. The spread that we are using is Learn, Unlearn, Seek, Avoid, and I pulled the top card and the bottom card for our context and deeper lesson offered. So let's flip them over and see what you guys got for the week. So this week, Spirit is asking that you learn a lesson from the Wheel of Fortune. And that has to do with change that is completely outside of your control, but that you have to respond to. You're asked to unlearn a lesson from the Lovers. All right. Okay, water signs. You're asked to seek some element of the Two of Swords. Okay. And then you're asked to avoid, the Devil. Okay. So we're going to interpret these 4 main cards first. And then once that's done, we will jump into the context and deeper lesson offered. So I kind of feel like for a lot of water signs, there's a relationship ending this week, or at least the realization that either a relationship needs to end or have a dramatic shift in dynamic. And the reason I say that is because what you are seeking or guided to seek is the Two of Swords, which often is seen as a card of a temporary time of peace or a stalemate. And it can also represent indecision, but it's essentially like inaction and indecision, but consciously chosen. And that falling underneath of the Wheel of Fortune, which is seasons and cycles of change that we don't initiate or control, but have to respond to, that's sitting right next to the Lovers, which is what we are asked to unlearn. And I really love the art for this card. I hope my ring light is not washing it out, but essentially there are 2 bald eagles sitting on a branch, and they've got their beaks kind of together, and it's creating the shape of a heart in the negative space between them. So it's a really lovely depiction for the Lovers. But this card is much less about a romantic relationship and more about union and choice, either union within yourself, between your mind and your heart, or choice, like a very big life decision that you're making, or a union of 2 individuals or 2 groups. But it has to do with making sure that whatever you are choosing to combine or unite is actually nourishing you, feeding you, in alignment for you, and overall just good for you, right? But that's falling into what you're unlearning next to the Wheel of Fortune, which is uncontrollable change. In the main spread, water signs, you guys have 3 out of the 4 are major arcana. So this week is really bringing in big life lessons for you to learn from, integrate, and respond to. Underneath of the Lovers, as what you are avoiding, the card we got was the Devil. And this really is about relinquished power. This is about chosen helplessness or powerlessness. And even if it's not consciously chosen, it often indicates someone convincing you that you don't have the autonomy or power or decisiveness or whatever it may be to act without their influence. And it's so interesting because in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith depiction, the Lovers and the Devil are not that different insofar as how the picture is constructed. On the Lovers, there's a big angel, I think it's the angel Raphael, and he's like on a cloud, blessing the man and woman below him, and they kind of create a triangle. In the Devil, there's a big Baphomet type of figure, and there's a feminine and masculine figure, but they both have like tails, so they might be demons or something like that. But they're underneath of him, and they form the same triangular shape. And both of these cards, both the Lovers and the Devil, have to do with how we relate to our choices. In the Lovers, it's a much more empowered choice, and in the Devil, it's more like your choice has been taken from you, or you think it's been taken from you. You've been convinced that you don't have the power or autonomy in this situation. And so falling in with, this change of the Wheel of Fortune, unlearning the Lovers, seeking the peace and like sort of stalemate energy of the Two of Swords, and avoiding that toxic, imbalanced power dynamic of the Devil, I feel like for a lot of water signs, there's a need to get real physical distance from someone who is not treating you right, who is being toxic, who is more manipulative and controlling than they are empathetic and loving. And because, again, coming back to the Wheel of Fortune, which is what you're learning, because this is a card of seasons and cycles of change, I feel like many of my water sign folks have been in toxic situations for a long time, simply because they're what they know or what they are used to. You can be very comfortable in dysfunction. And I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here to say this week you are learning that that cycle is over. You are unlearning the choices that led you to this spot. You are seeking a sense of peace, a sense of stillness, and you are avoiding that toxic, controlling energy that has been present in your life for so long up to this point. And that's not easy. That's that is a challenge, especially when a relationship dynamic has already been established, especially if, I feel like for some of my water signs out there, this video or something that happens this week may be the wake-up call to even realize that you're in a toxic situation, that you've given up your power, that you've allowed other people and other circumstances outside of you to make life decisions for you. And that's not an easy realization to have. We all want to think of ourselves as independent, autonomous, and empowered, but the fact of the matter is, sometimes we are and sometimes we are not. And I feel like specifically for my water signs this week, the cards and spirit coming together in this reading are saying this week it is prime opportunity for you to shift that dynamic, let go of those choices, find that stillness within yourself, and just kind of ride the wave of this change to a better shore. Our context card is the universe or the world, and our deeper lesson offered is Ten of Cups. Okay. Okay, so the universe is about completion. It is about learning lessons that you'll never have to repeat again because you've done the work to truly integrate them and act on them moving forward. So seeing it here right next to the Wheel of Fortune, it's reinforcing what I was saying before. I sincerely feel like for many of my water signs, an emotional situation that you've been in for a long time, it could be a romantic intake. I don't even want to use that word. It could be a romantic situationship. It could be something less intimate, but your heart is definitely involved with this person or situation, even if it isn't romantic. And it's done. It is completed. You have learned, you have experienced what you were meant to from this, and the season is changing, okay? Let the universe and the Wheel of Fortune really be teachers for you this week, because the deeper lesson that you're being offered, my water signs, is the work that it takes to create sustainable happiness and harmony within your home. Now, whether you live by yourself, whether you, live in a multi-generational home, or it's just you and your, nuclear family unit, it doesn't really matter. This is more about the loved ones that you regularly interact with and the quality of your relationship in good and bad times. And so, like I was saying, it's the work that goes into building a healthy relationship. Because even in healthy relationships, people disagree, people argue, people can be toxic even in healthy situations. And so the Ten of Cups is really saying that you've learned what work needs to be put in to maintain a certain minimum level of wellness within your close personal relationships and family relationships and intimate relationships. You've learned what work it takes to have that dream life or whatever. And right now, I just feel like whatever situation you're being guided to separate from, I feel like the other party isn't really willing to put in work for things to be healthy. They just want to control. And it might be something that you're so used to that you haven't even realized how much power you've given them. But in a balanced dynamic, there really should be give and take, and there should be understanding and appreciation that all times are not going to be high and all times are not going to be low in something that's truly healthy. So yeah, I just feel like my water signs, you guys need peace. You guys really need a time of stillness to integrate the lessons that this heart connection has taught you in order to be okay with moving on from it, so that in your next connection or your remaining connections, you can actually achieve this Ten of Cups bliss without turning it into a fantasy that you don't have the skills to actually create and maintain. Okay, so I know that this was a little bit harsh, but I feel like, Spirit only gives us the messages that we need and that we can handle. So if this reading did resonate, definitely leave me some comments and let me know below. If you'd like a personal reading, it will be a very similar format to this one. You can go to my website, writingwithtarot.com, and you can purchase a spread or use my contact box to let me know if you need anything clarified. But it'll be very similar. You'll get a video recording just like this, in which I will break down the cards of your spread and help you get some clarity. You'll also get an HD picture of your cards so that you can see the art that I'm working with and also draw your own intuitive conclusions. I'll also include a written summary of what I discuss in the video, as well as journal prompts, affirmations, or both, to help you really integrate the lessons that come through. So, yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely go to my website and get a personal reading. And if you enjoyed this video, I would love if you would share it across the internet, wherever you deem it to be helpful. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Next up, we are reading for the earth signs. So if you're cross-watching, make sure that you stick around and check that out. And tomorrow's video will be Mindset Monday. I am really excited to kick off this series on my channel, and I sincerely hope that you guys will subscribe and, you know, just stick around for the journey because I'm super excited about what's to come. So stay tuned for the Earth signs. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!